My name is Minnie Bradley, and I'm 29 years old. If you had asked me a year ago what kind of daughter I was, I would have said the reliable one, the one who answered every call, paid whatever bill accidentally slipped through the cracks, and never made a scene. I didn't realize until much later that reliable was just the polite word my family used for useful. The whole thing started on a Thursday night, one of those slow, uneventful evenings when you're just trying to finish the dishes before the sink starts to smell. My mother called, and the moment I answered, she used that tone. The dramatic, practiced one she brings out whenever she's preparing to drop something that she knows won't sit right. "Minnie, honey, we're not doing birthdays for kids this year," she said. "Money is tight." I remember staring at the dishes, warm water running over my hands, thinking I must have misheard. No birthdays? For kids? But I swallowed the confusion and did what I always did. I played along. "Oh, okay," I replied. "If that's what you need." What else was I supposed to say? In my family, there were unspoken rules. Don't question too much. Don't ask for fairness. Don't, under any circumstances, act like you're owed anything. I assumed maybe the mortgage payment I covered last month wasn't enough, or the 3 months I paid for my sister Brooke's car lease after she temporarily lost her job, or the phone bill I'd been covering for my mom ever since she said dealing with the phone company stressed her out. I didn't love the idea of my daughter Mia's birthday being skipped over, but we could make something small and sweet at home. Pancakes with sprinkles, a paper crown, a movie night she'd choose. She was easy to please. But something inside me didn't settle. It just nudged quietly. 2 weeks later, on a Saturday afternoon, Mia was napping and I was on the couch scrolling Instagram. Mindless, lazy. And then I saw it. My sister's son, Ethan, grinning under a giant banner. "Happy birthday, Ethan." Bounce house behind him. Clown juggling in the background. A magician. A food truck parked in their yard. Confetti everywhere. Brooke and her husband Jake posing like they were hosting a children's carnival for the whole neighborhood. I froze. My thumb hovered over the screen. I blinked, thinking maybe I'd scrolled too fast and mixed up dates or years. But no, this was today. The same family that told me money is tight had thrown a full-blown production for their golden grandson. My chest tightened, my ears buzzed. I didn't even move until I heard Mia's tiny footsteps. She climbed onto the couch beside me, still sleepy, clutching her stuffed bear. "What's that, Mom?" she asked, squinting at the pictures. I turned the phone slightly away, but she already saw enough. "Why not me?" she whispered. And that was the moment, the exact second, something inside me cracked. Not a loud shatter, a quiet, decisive split. I told her we'd have our own fun day. Just us. But my mind wasn't on the aquarium or the beach or pancakes. It was buzzing with something I wasn't familiar with at the time. Humiliation and clarity. I stood, walked into my small home office, and pulled open the drawer where I kept receipts and proof of payments. Years of them. Mortgage statements, car payments, bills I covered silently. I grabbed the latest mortgage slip, the one I paid for my parents. I snapped a photo. No explanation, no speech, no context. I opened the family group chat and sent it with one simple message. Return to sender. Then I put my phone face down and went back to Mia like nothing happened, even though inside my pulse was thundering. It took exactly 40 minutes for the chaos to start. Dad called first, once, twice, 3 times, 10 calls within 20 minutes. Then Mom, then Brooke. I didn't answer, not one. I sat on the rug with Mia, helping her sort crayons, while my phone lit up like a fireworks show beside me. Not a single one of them texted at first. They didn't dare put anything in writing, not when they knew they were caught. They had never expected me to push back, not even a little. Eventually, Brooke broke first, typing some frantic nonsense about, "It wasn't really planned. Jake's friend covered most of it. It happened fast, Minnie. We weren't excluding Mia. It just happened." It just happened. Like forgetting about my daughter's birthday was some clerical error. Like buying clowns and magicians just happened. Like a catered event magically landed in their yard. I didn't reply. I didn't clarify. I didn't soothe them. I just watched the panic rise in their messages as the reality settled in. The family scapegoat wasn't staying silent anymore. By Sunday night, the group chat was a mess. Deleted messages, half apologies, attempts to twist the story so they looked trapped, not cruel. But I said nothing. Silence was louder, sharper, cleaner. It was the first boundary I had ever drawn, and I watched them scramble behind it. That night, after I tucked Mia into bed, I sat on the couch, staring at the ceiling. My boyfriend Lucas texted me from a business trip asking how my day was. I almost told him everything. Instead, I typed one sentence. My family crossed a line today. He called instantly, voice warm and steady, but I wasn't ready to spill. Not yet. Something inside me was still rearranging itself, quietly but irreversibly. By Monday morning, the panic in the family chat had deepened. Now it wasn't excuses. It was fear, and they had no idea this was only the beginning. For the first time in my adult life, I let my phone ring without jumping. No scrambling. No rushing to fix whatever crisis my family had created. I woke up Monday morning feeling different, lighter, but also sharper. Like something inside me had finally clicked into its correct place. The messages kept coming. My mom's long guilt paragraphs, my dad's blunt commands, Brooke's chaotic blasts of excuses, but I ignored every one. Lucas called during his lunch break. He heard something in my voice, the quiet I was still getting used to. "Minnie, what happened?" I hesitated. Then I finally said it out loud. "They lied, and they used Mia to do it." The silence that followed wasn't empty. It was protective. "What do you need?" he asked quietly. And that question, it hit hard, because no one in my family had ever asked me that. Ever. That night, after Mia fell asleep, I sat at the dining table with my laptop open. I wasn't angry. I wasn't plotting revenge. I was just done. The mortgage payment scheduled for the 15th? Canceled. Brooke's Audi lease that I'd been covering for 3 months? Stopped. Mom's phone line on my plan? Removed. Dad's insulin deliveries, still running through my insurance because he'd forgotten to switch it years ago? I paused on that one. My stomach twisted. Then I remembered him smiling at Ethan's party while Mia whispered, "Why not me?" Paused. The internet bill, I'd have been quietly paying for them since last year when they let it lapse. Disconnected. No explanations, no warnings, no dramatic speeches. Just clarity. I closed the laptop. My hands were shaking, but not from fear, from release. By Wednesday afternoon, I got the first ping. From Brooke. My bank called. "Did you change something with the lease?" Then, "Seriously, Minnie, answer me." I didn't. On Thursday, Mom texted, "Sweetheart, something's off with the mortgage. Can you check your bank?" That sweetheart almost made me laugh. My mother only used pet names when she wanted something. "Mom, just call me. Don't make this harder than it needs to be." Dad chimed in Friday morning. "This isn't funny. We need that payment. Answer your phone." Funny. They hadn't thought any of this was funny when they let Mia sit at home on her birthday while celebrating Ethan like royalty. Saturday afternoon, Brooke showed up at my doorstep with a Tupperware container. I saw her through this peephole. She shifted anxiously on the porch, chin tucked, arms crossed tight. Classic Brooke, when she knew she was guilty, but hoped she could charm her way out. She knocked 4 times, waited, knocked again. Mia peeked from behind me. "Is that Aunt Brooke?" The way she said it, soft, hopeful, made my chest ache. "Don't worry, sweetie. Let's watch something," I said, leading her back to the living room. I stood in the hallway, listening. More knocking, a soft, shaky sigh. A minute of silence. Then Brooke left the cookies on the step and walked away. After she drove off, I opened the container. Store-bought oatmeal raisin. Not even chocolate chip. She didn't bring sincerity. She brought performance. As always. By the next week, everything started collapsing for them. Fast. Dad left 3 voicemails, none of which I played. Mom tried her calm but terrifying voice in hers. Brooke sent a 5-paragraph rant in the group chat about how I was jeopardizing the family, acting immature, and punishing everyone for something that wasn't even about me. Not about me. The daughter whose child they ignored. The woman who held their finances together for half a decade. I put my phone down. I wasn't engaging. I had wasted too many years doing just that. The car repossession hit Brooke first. I found out through her Instagram story, a shaky, half-crying video of a tow truck pulling away her Audi. In the background, her husband Jake was yelling at the driver. I saved the clip. Not out of spite, but because I knew somehow she'd try to blame me. Later she texted, "OMG, did you cancel the lease? What is wrong with you?" I didn't respond. Instead, I opened a private chat with Lucas. "They lost the car," I typed. "1 down." He replied instantly, "Good, you deserve peace." Lucas wasn't someone who pushed. He didn't question me with, "Are you sure?" He just understood, quietly, firmly. Then came the water disaster. Tuesday, 6:30 a.m. 3 missed calls from Mom. A voicemail about how the water heater exploded, flooding half the basement. And of course, she blamed me for canceling the home warranty I'd been paying for them. Dad texted later, Basement's ruined. Heater's gone. You happy now? Followed by something that made my stomach flip. A photo of Mia, taken years ago, sitting on his lap holding a teddy bear, and the message, "She still loves her grandparents. Does she know what you're doing?" Manipulation wrapped in nostalgia. Classic. I stared at it for a long time. That night, Lucas saw the photo on my phone. He said gently, "There's nothing to forgive. You know that, right?" But I wasn't so sure. The breaking point came at the mall. Mia was trying on glittery sneakers when I stepped away for 5 minutes to grab her a pretzel. When I returned, she was holding the shoebox, awkward and confused, while Brooke crouched in front of her, speaking softly. My blood ran cold. Brooke looked up, startled. She didn't say a single word, just stood, grabbed her purse, and walked away briskly. Mia tugged on my sleeve. "Aunt Brooke said you're mad because of money. Why would you be mad about money?" And that was the moment I realized. They weren't just using me anymore. They were using my daughter. That night, I changed the smart lock code. By morning, Mom, Dad, and Brooke were on my porch, ringing, pounding, calling, pleading. I watched them through the camera feed, hands waving, faces desperate, voices rising. I didn't open the door. Not anymore. This wasn't a feud. This was a break, a necessary one. The final snap came 3 days later. My truck, windows smashed, paint slashed, dents along the doors. Security footage showed everything. Dad, Brooke, Jake, my own family. Lucas told me to call the police. A part of me wanted to, so badly. But Mia was watching cartoons in the next room, and I couldn't make her see her grandparents taken away in handcuffs. So instead, I chose something harder. I cut them off completely. Locks changed again. Phones blocked. Emails filtered. School contacts replaced. Shared documents deleted. Their access to me, gone. And the silence that followed felt like oxygen for the first time in my life. 3 months. That's how long the silence lasted. 3 months without a single call from my parents. 3 months without Brooke's frantic texts or guilt-laced rants. 3 months without their emergencies, their expectations, their quiet demands disguised as love. And in those 3 months, something remarkable happened. My life became peaceful. Not empty, not lonely. Peaceful. For the first time in years, my home felt like a home, just me, Mia, and Lucas, in a calm little world where laughter replaced tension, and the only raised voices came from Mia getting excited about ice cream. But peace has a way of making you forget how loud chaos once was, and I guess my family couldn't stand being forgotten. It was a Thursday evening, raining harder than it had in weeks. Mia was in her pajamas, brushing her doll's hair, while Lucas made hot chocolate in the kitchen. The sound of rain hitting the windows was strangely soothing. Then the doorbell rang. Not just once, but twice. Slow, heavy presses, like someone leaning their whole weight into the button. Lucas gave me a look. That quiet, "Are you sure?" question he asked without speaking. I checked the porch camera, and my breath caught. My mother stood there, soaked through, hair plastered to her cheeks, holding a worn, water-damaged photo album. My father beside her, stiff as stone. Brooke behind them, mascara streaked down her face, arms wrapped around herself like she was the victim of everything. They stood there in my doorway as if the months of silence, the vandalized truck, the lies, the manipulation, as if none of it had ever happened. I pressed the intercom button. My voice came out steady, calm, unshakably so. "We're not doing this. Go home." My mother's head snapped up. "Honey, please, just open the door." "No," I said, "not anymore." Brooke stepped forward, reaching toward the camera like she could push her way through it. "Minnie, we're family. You can't just erase us." But she was wrong. I already had. I let the silence speak for me. Then I turned off the intercom and walked away. The doorbell rang 4 more times before it finally stopped. Outside, the rain washed over them. Inside, Mia giggled from the living room, unaware of everything. Lucas handed me a mug of hot chocolate and kissed the side of my head. "You did the right thing," he murmured. For the first time, I believed him. A week later, while we were having movie night, Mia brought me a drawing she'd made. A family portrait. There I was, Minnie, smiling and holding her hand. Next to me was Lucas, tall with a goofy grin. Next to him stood Mia, in a bright pink dress, with curly hair drawn bigger than her face. And beside us, our dog, Clover. That was it. No grandparents, no Aunt Brooke, no extended branches of the Bradley family tree. I swallowed hard. "You didn't draw Grandma and Grandpa?" I asked gently. Mia shrugged, swinging her legs. "They don't come around anymore, right?" A simple sentence. A quiet truth. I nodded. "That's right, sweetheart." She grinned, proud of her masterpiece. Then this is our family. Something inside me loosened again. Some old rope finally gave way. She wasn't missing anything. She wasn't grieving anyone. She wasn't confused or heartbroken. Kids understand love far better than adults do. She simply drew the people who showed up. From then on, life moved forward with surprising ease. Mia's 8th birthday came shortly after. We kept it small, something I once would have felt ashamed of compared to the circus Brooke threw. But this time, God, it felt perfect. 3 of her closest friends. Cupcakes we baked together. A handmade piñata from a craft kit. Streamers taped across the ceiling with uneven edges because she wanted to help. She blew out her candles with a smile so big it made her eyes squint. "This is perfect," she said. And she meant it. She didn't miss ponies or clowns or magicians. She didn't miss the people who never made room for her. After the party, when Lucas was cleaning up and Mia was playing with her new art set, he came up behind me and wrapped his arms around my waist. "You look lighter," he said softly. "I feel lighter," I replied. He kissed my shoulder. "I'm proud of you." The thing is, I was finally proud of myself too. Later that night, after everyone went to bed, I sat alone on the couch with the porch light still on. I checked my phone, more out of habit than anything else. No new messages, no missed calls, no guilt, no chaos. Just silence. Years ago, that silence would have terrified me. I would have chased after it, tried to fill it, tried to fix whatever broke to cause it. But now, that silence was peace, freedom, sanity. And as I looked down the hallway toward Mia's room, her door decorated with stickers, soft nightlight glowing, I realized something. My daughter didn't lose a family, she gained one. A real one. One built on love instead of obligation, boundaries instead of manipulation, presence instead of performance. People think going no contact is dramatic. They imagine screaming, slammed doors, lifelong grudges. But the truth, it feels quiet. Quiet like a deep breath after holding it for years. Quiet like finally stepping into a room where no one expects anything from you. Quiet like peace. When I tucked Mia in that night, she whispered, "Mom, today was the best day ever." And I believed her, because letting go didn't break us. It saved us.